Hey everyone, Salty Stark here, and today we're going to be talking about Hero Raid, what you should be trying to do. Haven't really seen too much on it yet, so it's just one of those things where I thought I'd make a guide for people who really don't know what to do as much. First things first is you kind of just want to have as many buffers as possible. You want to have a gas team on your team. Big factor to note when doing Hero Raid, it's going to be a lot of redoing and redoing and redoing if you're trying to go for a higher score. If you're just trying to go for an S, you don't need to redo nearly as much, but if you're trying to go for anything higher, early game's what's really going to get you because you need it's all dependent on unit positioning and stuff like that. So we have these two teams next to each other. As you can see, this is where all the buffs are on these two teams. We're going to try to stand with them the best we can. This team should be trying to pull everything else and pull the aggro. As you can see, I have two healers on it. I think some notable units that you see in here that you're like, why? Chiliad, she pretty strong, I think. Does the block harmful effect removal, unrecoverable. Then she, yeah. Royalty, which you don't get, unfortunately, is the block or gets block beneficial effect, which is really nice here. But the defense up and attack up is the reason why I have her in here, just so if you get hit by the ability that does defense down, it has a chance to cleanse it. But then recoverable's too nice too, not because it does anything extra, but if you want to run Argon or something like that, it's one extra debuff. But yeah, we fully look at the monster. As you can see, it does some decent damage, does the shield. This is where we're getting our shield from, and we're getting another cleanse for defense down, essentially. Shield Chichiliad. Um, King is just because, why not? He's the only unit that gives accuracy up, so it's one more buff to worry about, or one more buff to get, which increases the damage a lot. So that's why we have King in. Um, and he does Riz down, so it does help with applying other debuffs. AB is nice because she does a double heal every 15 seconds essentially. So this ability will go off and then she'll use this heal. She also does attack down, crit rate down to nearby enemies, so that helps a lot for this. Less damage being done. Proa, obviously we just want the crit damage taken up and we want the accuracy, speed, precision, crit rate up. Just a bunch of buffs. Same with Remy. The crit rate down's still nice too, but it's just a bunch of buffs at the end of the day. Molly's nice if you do have Molly. I know a lot of people don't, LD and whatnot. It does have crit res up and damage taken down, which damage taken down is a pretty unique ability. So this is what we're currently running. If you have Elenoa, it's probably better, but I'm not in love with this comp yet. I still strongly believe if you have like Figaro or Titius, you can throw like Sir Titius on the side and then just Figaro spam with Vertihile and Perna, because Perna takes too long to use abilities. Another thing to be noted, Sigmaris here, or Sigmaris is actually better here, but we don't own the Sigmaris, so this is where we are. Just running the Perna. Um, you can run Argon. We'll do a couple of both just to give a showing. But Perna is better here than Argon, just factually. Just due to consistency, better damage, because you're mainly relying on the buffs, but here we are getting into it. All you do is ult spam, as per usual. Since I'm playing, I just used it, so we're gonna have to wait. But since I play Soletta, I like to switch to water weapon when these come out and just drop that down, just to give the team a little bit of a break, and then go back to hitting the boss. As you can see, they all kind of grouped up on it, so it should help with making sure that stuff gets down. We're gonna throw out a strip. Gotta make sure it doesn't ult. I don't think I have it up to where it ulties, but we did, so good thing we didn't have that happen. But we're just gonna cleanse the immunity and then go back into it. As you can see, definitely changes based off of variety still, so nothing too special, but this has looked like a good run so far. If we can get it to where it ults, grab a couple of these. You only need to use water stiletto whenever when things are down, so don't worry about it too much. Yep, that was the big problem that I saw was about to happen. You want to try to avoid the defense breaks because they are going to be a run killer, but if I just let this go, for example, I'm sure it's still 13 mil. And like I said, until you get to the ultimate phase, majority of your inconsistencies is going to be on how everything plays out in the beginning. This phase, once it gets here, you have the right comp, it actually is very easy because you're just spamming damage to... Since everything one-shots anything anyways, you're just trying to make sure that you have a higher damage cap than it can do. So we're gonna be just under 13 mil here, unfortunately, because it went and stripped everything. But yeah, if we go back, try it again. I need to be careful here because I always jump out of the Yana ability at the start, so it's very important not to do that. But as you can see, we're staying grouped up pretty decently with this team. Matt decided that he wanted to show up though for whatever reason, so it is what it is. We're gonna get ready to switch to water. We're gonna see where the teams are. I don't like how these splits are, so I'm just gonna take care of it real quick. It just improves consistency is all that does. Nothing too special about it. As you can see, my team got low. Matt decided that he wanted to take a nap, so we're gonna look around, see where our teams are. This is, as you can see, a much worse of a spread. So this one shouldn't be as good of a run overall, but since the spread's so bad, the units aren't getting healed as much, and that's like the big problem why you don't want a bad spread like this. We haven't lost too many units, it's just really bad spread because everything else went over there. And there's not too much you can do about that, so that's why if you are trying to go for a high score, it's kind of like just RNG based a lot of the time. But running this comp as long as not everything dies. Where's our molly? Actually, everything looks like it's over here, so we're gonna sit on this side. If your units don't come, because for example you're perma spamming, if you jump, it'll make the move over a little bit easier. So molly was still over there, but and our Perna got one shot, so that's unlucky. The units aren't going to get out of this, so it's just going to happen regardless. Since my units did live here, though, we can strip. We're going to walk over here, get some more healing. And we're just going to play it out till the end. Unfortunately, nothing's really alive anymore. But that's why I like it if everything can group up on day V. Give me 1 second. sorry about that. Anyways, as you can see, which literally just spamming it as much as you can. I know I was talking to Mr. First Place on our server, and he spams it for about 10 hours. You have that much resolve to do this? You have that much resolve to do it. If you don't, you know, just do what you can. As you can see, we have much better of a spread here, I think. Misty's kind of off on his own. Windy, not Misty. But it looks like he actually came over somewhere. And as you can see, if everything does stack up correctly, we just run through the boss, so... Helps if you don't misclick too, so... But... downside of everything stacking up and stuff like that can happen, and now we're in an awkward state. We just do the best we can. We're just gonna try to get a good ult here. Eventually, we can switch off that because we're close enough to ult. And hopefully everything can finish grouping up real quick. Normally they like to group up here, so I don't know why they're not. If you get a phase like this, where you don't... I'm guessing it's because we got the ult bar, but if you don't get the ult bar, they like to group up pretty well. The only unfortunate thing here, though, in reality of things, is we did lose our Vertihile, so we're not able to pump as hard, but... everything else is still alive. Things are still spread pretty close. We're not gonna... this is gonna probably hurt a lot because we can't really get through this shield. Oh, we did get through it, so that's all good. We should hit 13 though here, I'd imagine. As long as everything stays to where it's going right now. There, just like that, we got 13 though right there. So. Unfortunately, we're gonna get wiped immediately after, but as you can see, what that was like 3-4 runs. It's really not that bad if you know, it just takes time, and then the better you want to do, it takes more time. So there's probably better strategies too, but this is the stuff I know. So we'll do one with Argon real quick just to see the difference. I like Argon's ability to spam better, but I don't know how good it is in comparison to Duality. Argon's a lot better though, so than Perna, but we'll see. I think we did 3 runs on that, so we'll do 3 runs on this one too, or 4. However much it took. Argon is definitely going to come down to less consistency though, so keep that in mind when you do this. Because it just takes way more for Argon to be relevant than, you know. Did not mean to switch to that. Hopefully everything's alive. And where Perna would have lived, Argon dies there, so. What you can do about it. This kind of run we just normally would reset. So. If one of your if your main damage dealer dies at the beginning, feel free to reset, you know. We'll just stand right here. Get the damage off, back up, throw the rest of it out. We're walking into all of it because we're bad. Hopefully everything lives. Our Argon's still alive this time, so we're gonna try to get over into some safer place. Everything's still alive barely, but the heals are not healing enough. Let's see how this goes. We got a good heal there, so everything's still alive. We just need to get to the final phase. But you can see, it's much harder to keep Argon. This kind of situation, so. I ultied with the wrong one, so that's not good. Hopefully we can stack it up in time. Everything's still alive, so it's not the worst thing ever, but we do need to get through this shield, which we did. We'll just ult again. Now this is where we just try to push out as much damage as we can. And for that part right there, you do want to try to catch it with as many units as possible. That way it lowers the damage. This part is kind of a team wiper, so as you can see. But yeah. It's still alive. Oops. We'll give it one last try and then we'll call it. I jumped out of that because I'm bad. It's gonna happen, you know, you're gonna make mistakes, so do keep that. And it's not on my end. I gotta get back in the swing. I was just on vacation, so. All those died right as I went for them. That's good. We should be able to get a good grouping right here. With how close that is, I'm just gonna sit right here, let it hit, and go for it. I'm also sick, just heads up guys, that's why it sounds a little bit different. We're just gonna try to get some damage off. Drop that down. Hopefully it takes care of them. So we're gonna turn into this fresh. Did I not ult with... Huh. I swear I clicked the R key with, but it happens, I guess. Now we're just gonna have to spam damage as quick as we can, try to catch up. As long as everything stays alive like it is, though, it's gonna be too bad. We should at least be able to get 13 mil on this. We need to kill this in time. We did. Oh, we're not gonna get that 13 mil, unfortunately. It took too long. Everything but Arrow is still alive though, so as you can see, the damage output a little bit less. You can still do it with Argon. I messed up there apparently, so. But if you're just trying to get that 13 mil, that's the, you know, or if you're trying to go higher, depends on that stuff. But anyways, before I let you go, here's a sneak peek to the next video. We're gonna start doing a 100 series, like loot from 100 Paracal, or we're starting to collect Rune Temple, so we'll do loot from 100 Novas. So on and so forth. This helps a lot because I haven't been able to play too much since I was on vacation, and I'm about to go to Tennessee soon, so whenever I get back, we'll probably get stuff done. Because that'll be a lot of days. But there's your guys' sneak peek into what we're going to be doing next. But thank you guys and have a good one.